Yo, what's going on? What's going on? I don't care what you have to say. You can buy your cat hundreds of dollars worth of cat, towers and all this stuff. They'll still choose to play with a free grocery bag. I don't get it. But let's dig in. Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, all you happy hashers out there? What's going on? Crypto Correct with the yo. What's going on? So, I hope everybody's been enjoying the little morning show that I've been doing. Just kind of going through my workout. I can actually start seeing some changes after all this time of working out. So, feel better. Starting to get my muscle physique back. So, I'm feeling healthier, all that good stuff. And then, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I've got to grab the link for it. But if you join the Discord, links down below, I'll make sure that it's definitely in the Discord. I'll try to make, I will make sure that it is in the listings after the show. I forgot to put it in there, but for the Aeon Poker Tournament, guys. So if you guys are interested in some of that Aeon, I'm going to be hosting some of that stuff. So if you guys like to play Texas Hold'em, it's a free tournament. You just got to download pokerstars.net, and then you just get the link in for the tournament itself. And there's like I can sit there and give you all the documentation for it. It'll show you how to get to it and all that good stuff. It's super, super easy to do everything in there. So it's just like a little private tournament that Aeon's holding, and I will be live streaming it. It will be on the 15th. So that's in 5 days. Yo. And then that means I am 9 days closer to being at the facility. Yo. I'm so excited. Gonna be going to the facility. I have not seen the facility since we've done the expansion in any way, shape, or form. So be definitely going and doing that. Like, what's up, Patrick Murphy? Yeah, I will be there for a week, Crypto Craig. So I will be checking that out. At the facility for, I'll be, every time that I'm at the facility, I will be doing like some live video, dude. Do not worry. I will be doing a personal walkthrough. Yo! So I'm super excited for being able to do that. Actually be able to walk through the whole facility now, because pretty much there's nobody else in this building but us. We are the only tenants in this whole building. Everybody else is like, oh, we're gone. What up, McHugh? I know I'm a little jelly that I haven't walked through myself. I'm a little jelly, Mikkel. If you guys haven't realized, Mikkel is my business partner, and my best friend. So best of both worlds. Yeah, let's kind of start digging into this stuff, guys. So, I mean, if you guys care about it, I mean, I do to a point whenever I have to spend crypto. Oh, how sweet. So, markets trading all sorts of sideways. We have the shift indicator saying that 20,000 will turn into resistance soon, and it will break this neckline and come down. But he's always a Debbie Downer. I'm sure he's got some reasoning, rationality behind it. He's not stupid. So I mean, he's seen this trend before. If it hits into a very boring state for some time, sometimes the pricing of things kind of gets set in, and it almost becomes like this unbreakable ceiling, right? Hopefully that's not what the problem is, but I really don't think so myself, considering that on the backside of this, in the last 9 days, or say now the last 10 days, whales have bought $1 billion worth of that busy Bitcoin. So it's hard to sit there and think that Bitcoin's really going to break down from the pricing from here. What's going on, Rude? What's up? What's up? How many helium hotspots are you putting into the family mine? Oh my god. yeah, Miguel, none. But it definitely looks like whales are starting to gather up, starting to back into this accumulation phase. It's hard to sit there and say that we will break down any further from here. It really just looks like we are just in this nice little accumulation phase. And accumulation phases usually go into its next bull cycle shortly after that. How long that accumulation phase will last, hard to say. I'm not sure if it's going to repeat itself like it does typically, like right around towards the end of the year, Bitcoin crashes one last time. This way everybody has a bunch of losses, no gains, right? It's all about that loss to win ratio. So they come in with a bunch of losses, sell their Bitcoin at a loss real quick, and then they buy back into the market after the new tax season. So they basically reset their holdings. Now, it's not everybody's market, but hopefully that cycle is done and we've matured past that in this market. If not, it just shows that we still are relatively early in this market. Rude, I need everybody in here to be part of the Patreon. The Patreon, I'll get one as soon as there's enough that comes in from Patreon. Links down below. I think he said he was getting one here very soon. LOL. Oh my god. 140.90. Oh god. Hashtag one someday. Patrick, like a year or more ago, I was excited about helium. Guess it was for the best not getting into that one other than research. Correct. It was a cool concept. It really was. Now, helium, I'll get into the whole helium. I'll get back to that comment here in a moment. I have a few other things right in front of it, and then we'll dive deep into all of this funniness. I find it kind of comical at the end of the day because I kind of dogged on helium a little bit here, and stuff like this is when everybody that criticized you, for me talking about me, criticized me for dogging on them. It's like I'm glad everybody made money. I hope everybody made money. They got involved with it. But there was a bunch of garbage that was happening on the backside. And we'll get into that. But it's like I have Linux Dot that took 8 months to get. It's still sitting in the box. Never even turned it on, sadly. I can donate it to the family mine if you want. What in the world is a Linux Dot? I have no idea what that is. Oh. Wow. Oh wow, that's hilarious. I didn't even know about these. There were so many like little itty bitty companies that were doing this because this is where all the Raspberry Pi 4s went. You want to know why nobody could find Raspberry Pis? Because fucking Helium took them all. Oh, you paid $500 for that? Wow. And you never even used it? Wow, dude. I'm not even sure. Is that on the does that work on the 5G network, or is that still on the 4G? Like the Wi-Fi, is that the Wi-Fi base still? It's like I believe that is. Yeah, see. Rude. Quarter of the 4090 if you sell it. Oh my god, nobody will buy that at this point. Like, they're going for $160 now. That's ouch. I don't really. This is the first time I'll sit there and say I wouldn't really have a use for it. Yeah, unfortunately. You have a chain, a history now. Oh, that sucks, though, dude. But how is it over there? What do you mean by that, Rune? It's great over here. All right, Crypto Crag, for sure, for sure. Thank you. All right. Say, okay, that's all I want to hear. Nice. All right, so the Intel Arc A770 costing 430 euros, or $349 USD. Sell that MFR if you don't want it. Oh, too funny, too funny. When it comes to availability in other regions, Intel will be less keen on sharing details on what the pricings are going to be. No problem, Patrick. Take it easy, drive safe, all that crazy stuff's outside driving on the street with you. Thank you for being here. Definitely smash that like button. So they're not going to be able to tell when it's going to be in stock everywhere else. There's no real pricing going on in other countries for this card. Yo, what up, Gandhi? Stuff and things. So it's nice to see that it's being shown up into the German market. For the two variants, it looks like that I can the two pricings that I see is like 431 euro and 461 euro. So, but this is all going to be the ARC A770, 16 gigabytes of the GDDR6 memory in there. Fun fact. So, if you are looking for a streaming card, and you were like, hey, I can't afford the 40 series. I'm not sure about the, it's like I'm not sure about how the AMD encoder is going to work. But if you were looking to make sure that you were using AV1 encoding, the Intel Arc series will actually support AV1 encoding. So if you stream on YouTube, this card can actually give you benefits of rendering through the card. And it makes me wonder if I slotted it into my computer and rendered through that and had my main GPU left alone, and left the CPU alone, or the thread, like, would it outperform my Threadripper? I'm not sure. I've only got the A380, but the A770 should do it a whole lot more efficiently. So I've got the A380. I'll probably end up maybe doing some testing or a little bit more research on if it's even worth it over my Threadripper. I just have to see the performance levels between the Threadripper, because right now I'm doing all this encoding through my was it an X230 something encoding. So, and that's all being done through my Threadripper. And I still have to put the newer Threadripper in. I still have not done that at all. Someone say gyro. Yum. So, it'll be. I'm kind of interested in trying to get my hands on one of these too. It should. I mean, for $349, the pricing's not bad. The pricing is really not bad on that at all. That would be something that I would be able to purchase and put into the Family Mine facility, so that we have I have an open air rig sitting in there that I'm not using really. So we're gonna convert. Mikkel's gonna convert that into the facility's streaming computer. And whatever else we need the computer for. It's got a AMD 2700X in there, water blocks. So, I mean, this thing should be like golden to go, good to go for a very long time. Put a decent encoding card into it. You know, I'm sure everything will be very good in this with this computer. So yeah, anything like a 3060, 3070-ish, or oh man, I mean, like, we're seeing some of the 6800 XTs coming under $700 now. Speaking of the Family Mine, how are things? Oh, I am excited to be able to go down there pretty soon. 9 days, and I will be down in the facility, walking around. I'll be videotaping it all on my camera here. I'll be doing live streams, of course, all that good stuff. I'm super excited. Yeah. So I think things are going great. I could be wrong. Things could be going horrible right now, and I would not even be realizing it, because I'm just gonna brute force this thing like an NVIDIA mining, you know. I'm just gonna make it happen. So if you guys are like streaming and you're looking for a cheap card, the A770 for a streaming card might be decent. And if you can sit there and split the workload off of your computer that might be older hardware, this might be a good upgrade if you've got room in your case. This kind of goes back into the days of dedicated hardware, but because this is a GPU which is very versatile. This is cheaper than some of those dedicated hardware for output devices that would alleviate demand on your main PCs, you know, for whatever it's doing, whether you were getting a sound card, a internet out, you know, like, you know, a connection card, a data card, all these other things, capture cards, all that stuff. It would, you know, because it's so dedicated and finite, the prices on those usually are a little bit higher. Not in all cases, but a lot of times, you know, for what they really are providing, they are pretty expensive. At least with a GPU in here, you know, you get a little bit of versatility of what it can be used for. So if you're doing like rendering work on there, or you're doing streaming stuff, you can run a lot of the stuff through that and get a lot of the benefits of being able to, if you're doing editing of any sort, you can sit there and use this card to do all your editing, rendering for all of your stuff. I'm not sure how it would work in all task loads. So kind of, you know, be careful of which task loads you're looking for. They're not, it's like, I think that there's a couple that I don't know at this time if they can run it properly. I just haven't seen anybody test them yet in every situation. I've only just seen some of the testing coming out on the Arc, but it looks like for like Blender, it should be able to handle Blender. One would think, but again, I haven't seen anybody use Blender yet. But for streaming and video editing, it looks like with the way that the encoders are on this, it is perfect. So, I mean, it's only because it's using the AB1 encoder, which is going to be the next new iteration of encoder embankments on this. So I'm kind of excited to see that, and I'm sure eventually, right now, Twitch does not support AB1, but I'm sure down the road, if you guys are into Twitch streaming for gaming and stuff like that, it will be coming along over there, but not quite yet. So with that being said, you know, it looks like the technology for Arc is coming along. I'm excited for it. I'm trying to not dog on them because they are new to the market. I want to root for the underdog. What about OBS? Yes, that's what. It should work with OBS. Whenever I come down there, Mikkel, I will bring my A380 down there with me. Playing Larry on Twitch. Yeah, you probably could. You probably could, Rude. So the whole Arc lineup on here looks pretty promising. Let's see if I can. Oh no, it's not going to let me pull it up all the way. So the 770, 16 gigabyte. 32 cores, 512 XMX engines, 4,096 CUDA cores in there. Well, it's their FP32, but it's in the same range of like looking at it as CUDA cores and stuff like that. Your memory size will be on a 256-bit bus width for both variations of the A770, so you can basically get the full performance of the memory that's in there, which is, I like that. Don't cut down the card so badly that you kneecap what you got there, like, you know, NVIDIA. But that looks like, so it looks like the A770 and the A750 will be, launch date will be on the 12th, which that is, you know, 2 days from now. The 580, it's to be announced at this point. I'm not sure when they're going to if they're going to officially launch an A380 out into the wild outside of the pre-builts or just into China. And then the A310 still to be announced on that side too. But at least we have a hard launch date for the A770 and the 750. It's just, I don't know how big of a launch they're going to have. I'm hoping that this one's a little better. I wish I can get one of the the promo kits that they were sending out. Oh, that would have been very nice. But I'm not that cool yet to be able to do that. So that's okay. But I don't expect these things to be able to mine right off the bat either. If you're wanting to put these things to work, my A380 is like not even really worth mining on in any way, shape, or form. Tell them like give me like 40 minutes. All right. So, and then talking about price differences into the AMD 6000 series, guys. The 6900 gets a $300 US price cut, $250 Euro cut haircut on the pricing on there. So a 6900 XT is now under $700. So to me, this is a good deal. This is a killer deal. Not on the XFX. These guys don't know how to do coolers. Don't buy XFX unless you like to do, unless you're just planning on water blocking this thing right off the bat. Yeah, XFX cannot make a cooler to cool a card without thermal throttling. It's worse than Zotac, guys. XFX is worse than Zotac, hands down. But yeah, I mean, we see the ASRock one is $669, so call it $670. Then plus tax on there, you're probably looking at right around that $720, something like that. Not bad. Card looks decent. My XFX 580s are awesome though. But that was the last time they knew how to do something, and it was their saving grace was that the 480 wasn't really a power hog. Because let's just be real, that a 580 is just a 480 refresh. So I mean, realistically, it's hard to fuck up something that you already made a generation before. You're like, oh, we're just pushing a little bit more performance on it. Oh, slap the same cooler, we're good. Nah, these as they gotten through, they went through this like slim lineup and they don't breathe well. Is the problem with all the XFX lines now? It's like, ugh, I'm not happy with whenever they do that garbage. It's like, true, definitely not pushing the envelope. Yeah. But we're seeing with the whole mining crash on there, mining does play a big portion of where price is, because with a better mining industry, you have more of a physical demand for for all the products, right? So as long as you've got a lot of demand on there, price is going to dictate high. Now that there's no demand, we should be able to, if you guys are looking to kind of gather in some nice efficient cards for a decent price, as Nvidia tries to see if you're willing to pay $2,000 for a GPU still, AMD is going, we need to get you just a GPU in your hands. How about a top tier performer for under $700? That's one thing I've always kind of liked about AMD. They want to be competitive, they want to make money, and I don't blame them for that. And then at the end of the day, when the market slumps, they show their cards that they're willing to work with the consumer more to ensure better sales long term. If you're willing to, in a bad market, if you're willing to sit there and work with your customers and not worry about so much on how much you're going to make on the other side, you're going to have more loyal customers that whenever it does get on the other side and things are better, they're going to be going, man, they made sure I had cards in my hand, and they're charging a little bit more this round, but definitely cheaper than Nvidia. I mean, what is this? In 3 or 4 generations from now, we're going to be looking at a $5,000 Nvidia card? Come on. I mean, if they're sitting there truly saying that Moore's Law is dead, that means if Moore's Law is dead, then it has to cost more money every single time. And with that exponential growth in there, at what point in time do they have to be like, oh, this is a little much. We gotta rein this back just a little bit. They're no longer buying. And people are gonna remember that. It's like I like Nvidia's performance, but they're really treating everybody like they're the Apple of the GPU industry. Tried to save money. Those bastards. Oh yeah. Let's see here. And then talking about everybody's giving me a hard time about these 4090s, right? Here's a funny one. So here is the 4090. What's nice about it is that they kept the same PCB. Identical. It is exactly the same PCB, guys. The only thing they had to change on there was the VGA core. That was all they changed on this. So this here is the new 4090 FE PCB. Scroll down to here. On the right side of that is the 3090 Ti. So this is basically the 3090 Ti layout, verbatim. Now this gives them a little headroom because you've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power rails that are being unused right now. So for a GPU that would need a little bit more power, they've still got some more headroom on here. Does that mean that you should go ahead and populate the rest of this in order to maybe bump your performance on it? Probably not. I don't think it really do anything for you. It is limited within BIOS that it's going to use X power no matter how you want to slice or dice it. You're just giving it more rails to be able to draw power in from. So basically this is going to be split up into a few different pieces. Some of these on each side are going to be for the memory. So probably like these 3 here are probably your memory power rails. And then you have your core and then your uncore. And the uncore would take responsibility of delegating the memory rails themselves and how it communicates with the actual core itself. It's like on how it's going to basically integrate with the memory and how it's going to utilize that in accordance with what the VGA core needs moment to moment, right? The memory takes less power, but you need the power to be as close to the memory. Now, I'm not saying that maybe a couple of these middle ones here aren't memory. I don't have a PCB layout for the FEs, so I'm not as familiar with their layouts. The 30 series, I don't have any of the layouts of the PCB period. So I can only suspect with what my knowledge is on there, on what I'm looking at. So like coming in through the bottom here, like this is going to be down here will be, some of the 3.3 rail in your 5 volt rail is right here. You got this is probably the memory control IC controller here to be able to control some of the functionality of the memory power rail in conjunction with how the memory is being monitored. So this might be some sensors could be in here too. Like I said, I don't know how their layouts are. I would have to go in there and just double check everything. It's like I know these are going to be your power rail controllers here, because that's what all of these are on the sides here. But something like this could be a memory BIOS right here. And then on the back side, there could be some more chiplets that I'm not really fully aware of. Again, I don't proclaim to know everything about everything. I do know enough to be dangerous with some of this stuff. Like I can replace and diagnose a lot of it, but if it burns into the PCB, I just stop right there. I don't even try to trace it. I'm like, this thing is done. As soon as you burn the PCB on these GPUs, they're very unforgiving with that. Hopefully they've split the memory up on this thing, the memory power rails, enough that they stopped having the issue that the 10 series and some of the 20 series had, which was burning up the power rail for the memory that they were pushing on there. Just too much off of a little bit. So 3090 liquid blocks work. Oh yeah, you know it. It's all the same. It will work. It's the same PCB in every which way. They did nothing different on them, which is nice. But you want to sit there. How can I put it? I would hate to sit there and pay another $1,500 to only get one upgrade on there. $1,500, $1,600, depending on where you're getting it from, right? And all you're getting is a new VGA core. That's it. You're getting last year's model in a car. So that'd be like buying a brand new car, but it's last year's model. And the only thing they did to it was they put a different tune in the computer. But it's last year's model. Would you sit there and pay an additional $25,000 for a tune-up in a car? No. I'm gonna go find last year's model that's in the used car department for 10 grand. I'm not gonna spend 25 grand on a $10,000 car with a small little upgrade on there. Yeah, exactly. Now you see why I'm sitting here and comparing NVIDIA with Apple now. Right, here's the same phone, minus the headphone jack. It's new. What am I going to use? Oh, you get to use our new product called AirPods. How much are those? $900. I guess I have to have them. It's like, oh my God. This is where the users need to kind of step up and just be like, NVIDIA, I don't know what you're doing over there, but you suck. And I can't support you anymore. It's like they make good product. It's just that, come on, this is a refresh of a PCB. They could have done a little more with this thing. I mean, seriously. They could have done a lot more with this. And made this more of a normal looking GPU instead of this like funky like little, man, I'm going to say it. It looks like you can use this V-cut here to open up beer bottles. This looks like a beer bottle opener. Like somebody was like all drunk and they're like, hey man, we can put this design into the PCB. I mean, this right here, that looks like a beer opener right there. Now you see it, you can't unsee it now. I'm telling you, I just ruined it for you. So, yep, that would be some of the issue on with and what they're doing in NVIDIA camp over there. Now, that's just on the Founders Editions. But if you're going to make a Founders Edition, like, I'm sorry. Like, I would expect it to just kind of looking a little nicer. Kind of make it look like a normal GPU a little bit here. Instead of this, like, really goofy proprietary PCB that nobody's using. I mean, it works for them, whatever. And they've got that stupid goofy plug on there, but it is what it is, right? But let's get... It's some shop maintenance. Ooh, nice. What up, Mine and Hodl? What's up, my dude? Good to hear you doing a little shop maintenance. It's always nice to have a little shop maintenance. So, here's the big story of the day, guys. Yo, check this out. Helium Foundation executives respond to Binance's sudden delisting of Helium token. Dun dun dun. What? No way. I'm just saying, dude. Helium executives from the Helium Foundation, behind the so-called decentralized hotspot, they're shocked of the sudden delisting of a project that's pretty much dead in the water. Because like, oh shit, no way, yeah, buddy, they got delisted. Fucking Binance is like, you're done. It doesn't. There is no bias to buy. Now this is from Scott Siegel's. I'm sorry, Jessica Young. Binance periodically reviews each digital asset to ensure that it continues to meet a high-level standard. When a coin or token no longer meets this standard or there changes in the industry, we conduct a more in-depth review, potentially delisting it in order to protect our users. Yo! There is one pair left, I believe. I thought I had it highlighted. I lost it. Where'd it go? Okay, so there you can, the trading pair is Binance USD, Tether, and Bitcoin. Those are your last little spot trading pairs. So if you're utilizing Helium, and you have it on on Binance, move it over now before before you're no longer able to touch it. So the notice comes on. The notice was given out October 6th. So they are removing the cross isolation margin and spot trading pairs for HNT and Binance USD. So they're isolating it down. Binance strongly advises users to close any positions in its listing pairs, as users' positions will be forcibly closed and any pending orders canceled on October 12th, with only spot trading for HNT to BUSD repair remaining. So by the 12th, so 2 days, the only way you will be able to get out of HNT on Binance is to actually send it off of Binance's exchange, or you trade it into Binance USD pair that they have left. So trying to get the good words out to all of you people out there. And you have the CEO just like shocked and awed that this was going to happen when the fucking founders themselves were dumping on the market. Who in the hell do you think, what big exchange is going to want to have a token on there that they have trading pairs with that is known to be dumping on the market? Helium is a garbage project with garbage devs behind it, sitting there and dumping on the market. I'm just saying, there are reasons why Binance is now delisting them, and the CEO is acting shocked this way. Oh my God, I don't know why they would have done that. If they only talked to us first, we would have, worked something out. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, no. I think in this in this case, I think Binance actually acted in a proper course. Now, it's not saying that that Binance won't ever relist them. It's just that they're like, you're done until you figure out your hot mess of a garbage. And the idea that they might be switching over to the Solana network. So there's like a whole bunch of just like some shady stuff going on in Camp Helium that's filling it with a whole bunch of hopium. Oh, I said it. So it's like, I would rather have you guys be safe at this point. So if you are on Binance with your Helium, certainly do something about that sooner than later, guys. Straight up. And then this one I kind of found a little, I'm like, whoa, what's going on in Camp OpenSea, guys? So Camp OpenSea, the CFO, guys, was only there for 10 months. He's gone. He done jump ship. So Brian Roberts has become the latest high-profile Web3 executive to depart their role amid the current bear market. Just having 10 months in the role, he, in an October 7th post in LinkedIn, the former chief officer of rideshare platform Lyft and OpenSea said it was time for it to come ashore from the open seas, but didn't state the exact reasons for the exchange, only that they would be staying on as an advisor to the company moving forward. It makes me wonder if, I mean, we know that there was devs that were doing insider trading. It's like, is this another one that's just like departing out of OpenSea because they're like, I don't like how this is being run, and you guys are going to do whatever you guys want to do, whether I say stop it or not. So I'm just wondering how, if that's a reason for it. Is there corruption in OpenSea that nobody's talking about? Potentially, guys. There is a potential of some major shenanigans happening in there. I've pointed out the shenanigans here on this show a whole bunch of times. OpenSea just shows time and time again that there is something going on in that platform that's not right. If it was such a good platform, you would see people knocking the doors down to not only work there but stay there. You see people abandoning ship whenever they get into a certain point and they're like, whoa, that might be a conflict of interest. I'm outie. I would be curious to see if that's an issue, or did he just go, hey, this isn't for me, bear market, I'm not making any money anymore later, guys. It could be one of the two. So hard to say because he did not completely say anything, but he did abruptly jump ship. So I mean, like, Roberts was among a long line of tech veterans who jumped to Web3 over the last few years, including Google's former vice president, Sergey the former vice president. I'm not going to try to butcher his name. I'm gonna say that so American that I would embarrass myself trying to say that. I would have to have somebody like literally say it to me so that I could hear it being pronounced. No other way. Who became Coinbase's chief product officer in 2020, and Amazon Pravjit Tiwana, who became the chief technology officer of Gemini in January of 2022. So towards the beginning of this year. So one of his responsibilities during his time at the OpenSeas was to grow the finance team. In his LinkedIn post, Roberts noticed, I had a rare opportunity to build literally a team from the ground up, hand-picked game changers. So he tried to put the best people into the right spots And it kind of looks like either it was too much for him, he did not like the business anymore, there was shenanigans going on, something happened that he was just like, "Outie, later, I'm taking my parachute over here." So I'm wondering if there's something that's going to come out with OpenSea at this point. Be very interesting to see. It's like, where is he going? I want to know. Exactly. I mean, that would be the tall tale sign. Exactly, Mikkel. Exactly. That's actually a really good, valid point. It's like, okay, if he shows up somewhere else, you'll know that somebody just made him an offer he could not refuse. But if it was just like one of those things, he just kind of he's gone and kind of phases off into the sunlight, twilights himself right there, and goes into regular workforce and becomes a regular pleb outside of crypto, then something was going on, and he walked from crypto. So be very interesting. Very interesting. That's a very good point, Mikkel. Very good point. And a last one before we go. This one I found a little interesting. Just a little bit. Ethereum adds 135,000 new addresses, marking the highest daily network growth in 2022. I mean, if you want to say that wallets being generated is new growth, I'm not sure if that's really a good sign. When you look at the network itself and you see that the network is slower, you can see that the network has less transactions going through it. You can see that the network is like not really doing very well post merge. Not that anything's going wrong with it. It's just nobody's using it. It was us miners that were using it. We were playing around with all the different technologies built upon Ethereum. I mean, my home doge over here, Mikkel, is like one of those people that would mine the shit out of it and go play with it. I might razz him a little bit, and he understands that he's kind of gambling, and it's like if he loses it, he loses it. He understands the risk. But you know what? It's people like Mikkel and people like Bits Be Tripping, people like Red Panda, and, people like Son of a Tech. All of us, we're the ones that end up using these projects and kind of going, well, I'll check it out. Let me check this out. What's this about? And it's like now you don't have that grassroots movement. Now you're going to see a market shrinking in there. It's like I haven't touched the bed since the margin in any way. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but my thing, it's like haven't touched ETH since since the merge. Haven't touched anything in ETH. I don't want to touch it. I know a bunch of other people, they're done with fucking ETH. But to see 135,000 new addresses being added, I would like to see exactly. So, okay, here. Will it go bigger? No, it will not. Okay, so if you see here, right in here, guys, right in the middle of the screen, it says ETH's 135.7 thousand new addresses created since December 7th, 2021, hinting at a breakout. I don't think it's really all of that. If they're sitting here looking just at a price chart to see if you do an overlay of where the wallet address is, it took an elevator up, right? You see just all these addresses being created in a very short snap of time. That is not a user base. That is a bot farm trying to make artificial hype on a dead network. There is not 135.7 thousand new people that just got into crypto for the first time, creating wallets for the very first time. That's either a bot farm or a project that is sitting here building up something. It has looking at wallet address creations mean nothing. I can sit there and make 10,000, 100,000, 500,000 Bitcoin wallet addresses very quickly. I'm sure with my wife's kid over here learning Python that he can fucking make me a script that'll do this for me automated. Spool up address after address after address, all automated. I can have new Bitcoin wallet addresses, probably 1 million of them by the end of the week. I guarantee you he can make me a program to do it. So to see them base this upon the, thinking that it's going to see a breakout in price action is just false. You are not going to see that kind of stuff. It's like it's like, I love Python. FA for all the Python lovers out there. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. So, be careful if you start seeing people sitting there looking at this metrics of, oh my God, there's so many addresses. Take it with a grain of salt that nothing's about to happen. It's like, it's like you can automate all kinds of shit. I know, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because all you Python lovers are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo! That's what's up, guys. So, yeah, I mean, it's like I kind of like don't like it when people point out stupid shit like that whenever they're not highlighting that, bro, this was like within 1 month. What possibly could have changed that brought new market sentiment into Ethereum? What? By who? From where? Where's this new 135,000 people? I call shenanigans, I call bullshit. Makes me wonder if any one of these dev teams, they could have sat there and done this. This is an easy way to sit there and do it. Maybe there's people trying to do vanity fucking addresses with Ethereum. I mean, that would cause a huge spike in wallet creations because it'll take you so many times in order to get the letters and numbers and everything in the exact place that you need it to be. And then you'll see an artificial pump in wallet addresses being created. But then you should start seeing something in reflection of it. So until there's any kind of real reflection in a true user base, I call bullshit on this. It's like get all your Raspberry Pis automated. You know it, man. You know it. Facts. So if anybody got any comments or questions for me before I head up out of here, guys? Anybody got any kind of comments or questions whatsoever? Now's the time to ask. If not, definitely smash that Lizzie like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Share this out with your favorite friends, guys, or on your social media. Helps me grow my channel, all that good stuff. I mean, and if you guys are not getting the notifications when I go live, be the notification for other people and get the word out. Yo! It's like, if you can make AI bots, why haven't you 1 mil revenue. Um, because it's, how can I put it? Like you can automate a lot of things, but it's like automating something for who, you know, it's like, who's going to pay for it? I'm not a coder, you know, my wife's kid is, I'm light coding. I'm more like a front end guy. I'm not a back end coder, so I don't know how to get that deep into the coding world. There are people out there way better than me at coding. Let's see here. I'm not, let me hold on here. Lights on, lights off. Yeah, pretty much. Lights on, lights off. Open window, closed window. Oh yeah. So I mean, it's like it's like I could sit there and turn fans on, turn fans off, open and close windows, open and close grate systems with like servo motors, Raspberry Pis. If you got like, I'd be able to build the BattleBot stuff if you guys haven't ever seen that stuff. Yeah, exactly. If whatever coin run 1 million wallet addresses. For sure, Rude, take it easy. Good night, my dude. Good night. So, awesome, guys. Well, with that being said, you too, Rude, you have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, of course, where I do my workout motivation. Because, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be motivation to you. Just going live and having to go live every day is my motivation. Makes it a habit. Habits, you know, good habits are, you know, good habits. So I'm just going to keep doing it. If you guys want to hang out with me in the morning, on your way to work, while you're sitting there having your first cup of morning Joe, which I hope it's some of that DogeLordCoffee.com. Don't delay. Brew today. By the drip. So, yep, FA everybody, definitely drop those FAs in the Chizity chat because you all are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo! And with that being said, guys, peace out, stay savage, and manaloha to my Hawaiian friend. Yo!